Nice little pond, man. I tell you, I'd go for a swim in that right now. It is hot, man. Look at that view out there, man. Oh yeah. That's wicked. Good morning, Vietnam. No, it's not Vietnam. It's Grand Cache. August 7th, Sunday morning, 7:25 a.m. We are at the border of Wilmore Wilderness Park. Stefan, Celine, Lucas, and myself. And we just quadded in here. And we're going to head in this way. Stefan and Celine are going to go to G6, which is off to our right as we get in here. Myself and Lucas are going to go to Kakusska, which is basically due south down on the cut line as we go. So we'll keep you updated. Lucas is just back on a rebound trip from...
I just did Maudsley yesterday.
Awesome.
My first gold today.
Right on. First gold.
You're gonna make it.
Let's go. So here we are. Wilmore Wilderness Park. Let's do it, buddy. 2.5K straight in this way to the end of the cut line. 2.25. That's where we're headed. Crazy. Morning. So we're here again now. We're at the end of the cut line. Cut line's back behind us. Nothing but bush in front of us. According to the program, take a bearing of 175 on the compass, which is almost due south. So we're going to head off into the bush here, and I know just down over this hill we're going to run into a bog we're going to have to cross, and then we'll pick up a contour line on the left hand side, say the east side of Muskeg River. We'll follow that around till we intersect basically the Sunset Creek Trail. So that's the plan. Hopefully it's not too much bush and willows, but we'll see. You good for it, man?
Yeah.
Let's
Keep
do
the
it.
bugs away.
Let's do it. So we crossed a big bog. We're into some open woods here now. This is the first half kilometer or kilometer or so of our bushwhack, which we got about 8 to go. So yeah, so far so good. I can tell the wind is up. It's probably going to be windy on the summit, unfortunately, but such is life in the mountains. Yeah, the breeze will keep us cool anyway.
Yeah.
Probably too cool at the top, but
Yeah.
overall it's going to be a nice day. It's going to be like 25 degrees. It's supposed to be light to moderate winds, but
As long as the wind's warm, I think it'll be
yeah, as long as we don't get some hail and snow while we're up there, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
That gets sketchy. Check my compass bearing again. Yeah, we're pretty close to where we need to be. I can tell the thick woods is coming though. You can see it ahead of us. And we'll be into 6-foot willows and all that kind of good stuff before we know it. Okay. See some pink ribbon here behind Lucas. So this is, well, I'm hoping officially the end of the bushwhack, but I know it's not. But this here intersects a trail. Now I don't see a trail here as such, but people camped here. There's a campfire here. We came out of the bush this way. There's supposed to be a horse trail that goes down here somewhere, and it could be right here, or that's where we came up. Should go down through the bush here somewhere. Anyway, we'll follow it along. Should be able to pick it up. We're about 3 kilometers in, 2.8 kilometers from the end of the cut line. So that'll be a total of about 5.5 kilometers right now. Almost 6K. So yeah, there's a little trail going this way. Maybe we'll follow this, see what it looks like. So yeah, the fabled horse trail is not a fable. It's a true story. And we are following it right now. Definitely, although it's not a pristine trail by no means, it is a lot better than beating through 3 and 4 foot high willows and no trail at all. So this should help us gain some time back again.
We'll make it, though.
Oh yeah. Every step forward counts. So Kakusska is our mountain today. A gold peak. Don't think I mentioned that yet. Kakusska, if I remember correctly from the book, means shortcut in Cree.
But it is definitely not a short.
Shortcut to what? I have no idea, but this is the long way. So the horse trail has been relatively good to us. We followed it along here for a good 4, almost 5K. We're coming up on this open area out here. You can probably see out through the bush. We've got to cross over here now and pick up a ridge line. So yeah, we'll get out into that and see what we got. Just want to get above where that creek comes out. I think we should be above it there now.
Should be close.
Yeah, and then we gotta beeline it for that ridge up there. Yeah, this will come right out to the. This will come right out to the edge here. And there's the first view of our summit. Good view of our summit anyway. Well, that's not the summit, that's one part of the top of the ridge. So yeah, I'm just going to consult our map from the book and see where we are. We should be pretty much on track. Looks like it might be wet out there. But so be it. I'll head off over up through there and get up on this ridge here somewhere. I think that's where we've got to go. All good? All right. We'll check back in a bit. Go consult my maps. Make a plan. So the problem we got here now is we can't see the forest for the trees. Yeah. Starts getting steep here. We're less than a kilometer, I figure. There's a man hiding in the trees. Yeah. We're less than a kilometer from the open alpine. We're getting close.
Getting very
We're 11 kilometers according from the quad. 11 kilometers from the quad. So we should be within 3 kilometers of the summit. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, folks, we're starting to get into the alpine. A couple of hundred more feet of elevation up through here. We should hit full alpine. Right now we're in mixed trees, rock face, scrubby brush, but we got a good view. This is where we cross the marsh back here. We cross low to avoid these beaver dams and creeks. There's a couple there, another one down there, a bunch of creeks and channels and whatnot, and they run all the way up to there. So the choice to cross below that bend in the marsh there was good, and it wasn't wet. It was a little bit marshy close to this wood side, but other than that it was pretty much dry all the way across. That square summit up there, the very top up here. Yeah, we're getting up there now. Starting to look like a mountain. We'll soon be at the ridge line. Top of the ridge, first one, Sunset Creek Trail right up in this valley here. Square mountain across the way, Pananse right straight across here. That's Pananse over there, Lucas. Yeah. And our cairn box should be on top of this peak out here. We gotta go along here now and then up this ridge. Fun times. Fun times. Beautiful meadows. Beautiful view. Now we've come along the ridge here. Back through these rocks. Getting to the bottom of the big ridge, the final ridge walk up to the peak. Cool, so we just found this caribou antler here. Awesome. There's the ridge we came up on just out here. We're after walking all the way along here. There's the summit. Okay, I'm hoping up there. We're almost there. It's the final push. We don't know exactly where the cairn box is. We don't know if it's right at the crest here, if it's back a few meters, but this is the final push. And I'm not sure, but I think this is the only documented video of Kakusska on YouTube. See it here first at Rick and the Rockies. mystery. It's the mystery box. We haven't caught a visual of it yet. We know it's close. Ah, he's got a glimpse. Oh yeah, I see it. Ah, we're still a long ways out. Okay, maybe I'll check back in a minute. There it is. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna let the video run. What the hey? And that would be an unofficial time of 5 hours 20 minutes from the park boundary. I was a few minutes late, 7 o'clock. 5:25 by the time we get there. And that's including stops and breaks. So that's a pretty good time. We're all happy. We're all happy with that. Are we happy with that? Look at that view out there, man. Oh yeah.
That's wicked.
It's the little things, folks. This is it, man. That's what it's all about right here. Get out, hit the trail, get off the beaten path. Check it out. If you can't get out, watch my video. What's that? You don't know who I am? Well, I'm Rick, and I'm in the Rockies. On Mount Kakusska. Baby. Sweet. There's a horseshoe there, look at that. Let's get some video here real quick. I'll get a pano. Starting with Lucas on Kakusska. Hayden Ridge. In the background. Yeah. That little mole hill back there, that's Grande Mountain. Coming this way, we got Penance Square over here. Adams Creek Lookout out on the end of that knob out in the back. And just a bunch of beautiful mountains between here and infinity. Look at that. Beautiful, man. It's a good day. It's a good life. It's been watered, deck sent to family and friends. Stamps purchased. We paid for it with sweat. And a little bit of blood from the mosquitoes, but nothing major. So yeah, now we're headed back down. So yeah, here we go, back down over this. We're down this way a little ways. Going down, as I said before, is always a little quicker, I find. Make up good time on the downhill. There you is. Yeah, Sunset Creek Trail down in there. One last look before we leave the ridge line. There it is, Kakusska. That's where we were. So we shaved off a half an hour on the way down. From here up, the last time took us an hour. 30 minutes to come down. So I better stop delaying. Keep moving so we can make up more time on the downhill. So, update, we kind of took that different route coming down, which right now the willows seem to be the favorable place to be, because they're not too crazy and there's just a little bit of a drainage here. It's a little bit muddy underneath us, but not too bad. Wet in places, but it should deposit us right where we need to be. You can see coming down through here from the meadow up top. If we go that way, there's a ditch, like a drainage ditch. Gonna keep following this one out. And the woods is thicker in there, so this is a little bit better walking. Although it's a little bit tangly, it's not as tangly as in the thick trees, so. Luck is on our side so far. And the total time saved coming down was almost 1 hour, we figure. It took us 2 hours to get up from the ridge, from the alpine to the summit. Took us an hour to come down, 55 minutes. So you see what we got here. We crossed too high. Came down here. Came straight down. We should have went down this way more and crossed. There's a pond just right here. But it doesn't show on my map. So it's a new beaver dam, I believe. So we got ourselves out here in the middle of all this. There's beaver dams all around us. We're wet to the ankles anyway, so we got to take a couple of stumps across here and hope we don't go to our knee. And if we do, it'll just cool us off, because I'll tell you what, it's pretty hot here now. It's like 25 degrees out here. A little breeze down here, but pretty warm all in general. So let's see what happens here. I'll keep you on while I yell and scream and go, ah! Okay, I made that one. Here comes Lucas. Oh, wow, you got her. Okay, so now the horse trail is just up here on the edge of this bank that we need to pick up. There's the pond that's not on my map. So this is the horse trail. See, the beaver got that flooded out as well. So my guess is we should just keep on trucking and get past these beaver dams, make sure we don't get wet anymore. Then we'll stop for some water, bring out the socks, and keep on trucking. Nice little pond, man. I tell you, I'd go for a swim in that right now. It is hot, man. Hot, hot, hot. So we just stopped for a little water break, rest the legs a bit. We're figuring we're, how far did I say? 8 kilometers from the quad, which is about halfway back. That's where we came from, way up there. And this is what we're on now. This is the Sunset Creek Horse Trail, which is awesome in areas. Some places wet and boggy, but some places it's like this, man. It's perfect. This is one of the little meadows we crossed through on the way out here. So, we're still chugging along here. Right now we're about 2 kilometers from the end of the cut line where we started our hike with a compass bearing. But man, it's hot. We're right into full sun here now. And we're getting low on fluids, but I got 2 liters of water at the quad, so we're only like 4 clicks from there.
Yeah.
But there's almost like a game trail or a horse trail that follows this contour line almost perfectly. We followed it out, but now I'm following it back, and I'm just kind of mostly staying with the trail, and it's just staying right on this contour line, which is perfect. It'll intercept our marsh that we need to cross and get back over to the cut line perfectly. So if it keeps going like this, so it's been good for the last half kilometer. We'll keep it up for the next 2k, 1 3/4. We'll be there. All right. Can you say wet feet? Oh yeah. We just crossed the bog. This is the last one. Well, there's a couple of boggy areas on the cut line, but that's the last major bog. So just up over this hill here, about 400 meters is the end of the cut line. Probably less than that. Less than 10 hours round trip, 30k. It's a pretty good day. Feet are tired, wet. I'm sure I got a couple of little blisters there on some of the toes. I can feel because the wet shoes. I did change my socks on top, but those beaver dams didn't help. Wringing your socks out makes your socks a little bit dry, but your shoes are still wet. So, and then it's a little bit wet and boggy all the way along there, and we'll hit more on the way back. So there's a spider web on the lens. So yeah, looking forward to that water at the quad there now. I got maybe 100 mils left there. I'm gonna suck that back here right away as soon as I get to the top of this hill. Then I'll partake in some cold H2O when we get to the quad. Good, bud?
So good.
Awesome. So we're like a couple of 100 meters and the quad is there. And I'm thirsty, so it's driving me to go. I might run the last half K. No, I don't think. Anyway, yeah, this is it. This is the end of the hiking section. Down in that valley is the quad and the water, which I'm so anxious to get. So it's a good day. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about 10-hour round trip, 30k. It's a good day. Maybe 10 hours, 10 minutes, but I mean you can take that out for stops, because we've stopped more than a half an hour all day, I'm sure. So yeah, that's a very good day actually. 10 hours, 30k.